The grainy footage played on repeat across every screen in the Galactic Defense Academy's main hall. Static crackled around the edges as the security camera captured what would become legend, a lone figure in a standard-issue cadet uniform, standing against an entire Zarathi war party with nothing but a plasma rifle and an unbreakable will. Admiral Kextar's 4 eyes narrowed as she watched the human move with impossible precision. Each shot found its mark. Each dodge seemed to defy the laws of physics. The Zarathi, those nightmarish creatures that had terrorized the Outer Rim for decades, fell one by one before this solitary warrior. "Impossible," whispered Commander Vorth, his scaled hands gripping the podium. "A single cadet against 30 Zarathi shock troops? The footage must be corrupted." But the time stamp was clear. 0347 hours, Outpost 7, the same time their distress signal had gone dark. 3 days earlier, Cadet Marcus Chen had been just another face in the crowd, unremarkable grades, average scores on tactical simulations, and a tendency to daydream during xenobiology lectures. His instructors noted his adequate performance and satisfactory attitude. Nothing suggested he would become the warrior now blazing across their screens. The Academy had received the distress call from Outpost 7 during what should have been a routine supply run. A training vessel carrying 12 cadets had been conducting their final field exercise when the Zarathi struck. By the time the Zai rescue ships arrived, they found only wreckage, alien corpses, and silence. Then the security footage surfaced. "Run it back," Admiral Kextar commanded, her voice cutting through the stunned murmurs filling the hall. "Focus on the timestamp 0352. The technician's tentacles danced over the controls. The image rewound, showing the mysterious figure dragging wounded cadets toward an evacuation shuttle. Even in the poor lighting, his movements were deliberate, calculated. He moved like someone who had fought this battle 1,000 times before. "There," pointed Dr. Helene Vasquez, the Academy's human combat instructor. "Watch his positioning. He's not just reacting, he's thinking 3 moves ahead. That's not luck or adrenaline. That's tactical genius." The footage showed the figure checking each fallen cadet, dragging those still breathing towards safety while maintaining a defensive perimeter. When the Zarathi flanked him, he anticipated their movement, rolling behind cover and picking them off with shots that would have impressed veteran snipers. "How many survivors were recovered?" Admiral Kextar asked, though she dreaded the answer. 11 cadets, all critical but stable. Plus," Commander Vorth hesitated, "one body we couldn't identify initially. Human, male, approximately 20 years old. Severe plasma burns, but he'd managed to activate the shuttle's emergency beacon before—" The Admiral's blood chilled. She'd seen too many heroes die alone, unrecognized until it was too late to thank them. "Do we have a positive identification?" Dr. Vasquez stepped forward, her face pale. "Cadet Marcus Chen, service number HC7791. He was supposed to return to Earth next month to see his family?" She paused, looking at the frozen image on screen. "His file shows no prior combat experience, no special commendations. He was just ordinary." But there was nothing ordinary about what they witnessed. Frame by frame, the footage revealed a tactical mind that adapted to every Zarathi strategy. When they tried to overwhelm him with numbers, he used the outpost's layout to create choke points. When they brought heavier weapons, he improvised explosives from supply caches. "Cross-reference his Academy records," Admiral Kextar ordered. "I want to know everything. His background, his training scores, his psychological profiles." The data that emerged painted a picture of determined mediocrity. Marcus Chen, age 19, from New Singapore Colony. Parents were hydroponics engineers, no military background. His application essay had been typically humble. "I want to serve because someone has to stand between the darkness and those who can't defend themselves." His tactical simulation scores were average, reported the Academy's AI. However, analysis, indicates he approached each scenario differently than his peers. Where others sought quick victory, Chen consistently prioritized casualty reduction and defensive positioning. "Show me his training footage," the admiral demanded. Hours of recordings revealed a pattern hidden in plain sight. While other cadets competed for the fastest completion times, Marcus studied every simulation from multiple angles. He lingered after classes, running scenarios again and again, not to improve his scores, but to understand how to save more lives. He was preparing, Dr. Vasquez realized, not for glory, but for moments like this. The security footage continued playing its grim testimony. Even as plasma fire scorched the air around him, Marcus had methodically ensured each wounded cadet reached the shuttle. His final stand came as the evacuation launched. A lone figure silhouetted against the stars, buying precious seconds with his life. "The Zarathi war party numbered 43, Commander Vorth read from the incident report. 37 confirmed kills. The remaining 6 fled when reinforcements arrived. He looked up, amazement replacing his earlier skepticism. 1 human cadet held off an entire Zarathi assault force. Admiral Kextar studied the final frame. Marcus Chen, plasma rifle raised, standing defiant as enemy fire converged on his position. No fear in his stance, only determination. "Recommendation, Admiral?" asked Commander Vorth. She considered. The young man who had transformed from ordinary cadet to legendary warrior in humanity's darkest hour. His story would spread across the galaxy, inspiring countless others to stand firm when hope seemed lost. "Full military honors," she declared, "and I want his tactics analyzed and integrated into our training protocols. If one human could achieve this, imagine what we could accomplish if we taught others to think like Marcus Chen." The footage ended, but the legend was just beginning. Across the galaxy, the clip would play wherever humans gathered, a reminder that heroes don't always wear captain stripes or carry famous names. Sometimes they're just ordinary people who refuse to let darkness win. Sometimes they're cadets who understand that courage isn't the absence of fear, but the decision to stand firm despite it. Marcus Chen had died alone, but his final battle would ensure that no human ever fought alone again.